Hi guys, good afternoon. This is Abid Khan and you are watching Karachi Academy YouTube channel. So we were doing CIE past papers. So we have selected AS level accounting paper 9706, paper 1 of MCQs and its variant 2, right? Attempt February March 2022. Total time allowed is 1 hour and total number of questions are 30, right? So 2 minutes for every MCQ. In our last video we have done with question 1, 2, 3. So now we will start from question number 4, move on to question number 4. So let's see what question 4 says. A business has a year end of 31st December. Okay, mark down all the important points. Okay, it purchased a non-current assets on 1st of January 2020 for 100,000. Okay, fine. The asset was depreciated using the reducing balance. The method is reducing, percentage is 20%, right? It was sold for 40,000 on 1st January. Okay, what was the loss on disposal? So this is very simple questions, and already you have it's a very clear concept when you studied non-current assets in your core, in your syllabus. So this is disposal is very simple. So they are saying they are asking to provide them what is the cost of disposal. So we have marked out all the important points and reducing balance method, and what one thing is we note, please note, 1st January we bought it and it remained for 1 year in 2020 and in 2021 second year, so 2 years it remained in the business, and on 31st of December 2021 this was on the next day it was disposed of. It means it remained in the business for 2 years. So what we will do, we can very simple, so we can calculate what is its cost and what was its depreciation and what was its net book value, right? If you see 2020, this is very simple question, right? 100,000, depreciation was 20%. If we calculate depreciation of 100,000 20, so the depreciation would be 20,000. So net book value will be 80,000. So next year 2021, your depreciable cost on which you will apply the depreciation, because it is reducing balance method, so every year you have to pick the net book value, right? 80,000, and you work out if how much is okay, fine, on 80,000 how much would be depreciation. This is very simple question. 16,000 will be your depreciation in the next year, and if you 16,000, 80,000, if you deduct 64,000, okay, so your book value is at the end of the year, your book value is net book value is 64,000 and you sold for 40,000. It means you have, this is a very simple questions, right? So 64 minus 40,000, 24,000 loss on disposal. If we see what options are given, 20, no, it is not. B 24, yeah. So 24,000 is your. We can check in the marking scheme. Question number 4. Question number 4. Marking scheme. Okay. Right. So we are done with question number 4. Move on to question number 5. Question number 5. What it says? What is entered in the sales ledger control account? Sales ledger control account, it is your trade receivable control account, right? Where this is a control account which controls your sales ledger. It is for customers, maintained in general ledger. This account is maintained in general ledger, and this controls the sales ledger. Sales ledger is a separate subsidiary ledger where individual customers' accounts are maintained. So they are asking what is entered in the sales journal. Cash sales. Actually, note one thing. This sales ledger control account or this trade receivable control account. This is only it is only maintained for credit sales. So cash sales has nothing to do with trade receivable control account, because here we record in trade receivable control account or in sales ledger control account we record the credit sales. Cash sales are booked in cash book, right? So this option is not applicable, right? Move on. Increase in provision of the doubtful debts. Okay. Just think on, will this appear in sales ledger control account? No, this will not, because sales ledger control account is a separate which shows your trade receivables, and in provision for doubtful debt is a separate. It is contra asset account, which is a contra to trade receivables. Trade receivables have a debit balance, right, and provision has a credit balance. So this is a separate account. So this one, provision. So any increase in doubtful debts will not be reported in trade receivable, will be reported in, so this option is also not written. Returns inward. Yes, return inward, yeah, they actually they are recorded in trade receivable control account. When your customer returns your do the sales return, what entry you made, sales returns, debit with, I say 1000, then you will credit customer account, and it will have impact on trade receivable control account. So this returns inward, they do appear, right? So your answer C. Okay, C, 1 and B not applicable, 1 and 3 not applicable, incorrect, 2, 3. So answer is 3. The D is your answer, only returns inwards. So we are done with question number 5. Move on to question number 6. Let's see what is question number 6, right? Move on to question number 6. Our trial balance included a suspense account. Okay. The bank balance of 28,412. The bank balance, this is your asset, current asset, having debit balance, right? This is current asset having debit balance in trial balance in your general ledger, right? Had mistakenly been entered as an overdraft, and placed on the credit side. Okay. Actually, when you were transferring your from general ledger to trial balance means when you were balancing your general ledger accounts, and you normally balance them all the accounts, and their balances you put into trial balance. You make a complete list of account of from here general ledger, all balances are put here, like cash, if it is cash, if it is the balance is closing at 2000, this will come here as 2000, right? If it is bank, its closing balance is, they say 28,412, so this is debit balance, so it should come here as 28,412, but this did not happen. What mistake you made? Instead, when you were is writing the balances in the trial balance, when you were making the list of all balances and you were preparing the list of all balances, which is your trial balance, you put the figure on the wrong side. You put it here, 48,412 bank. Due to this, what happened? Means this was to appear in debit side, so you did not put that in debit side, so your debit was short. On the other side, when you write this on to the credit side, so your credit side is more, means your debit side has a double impact, one of the debit which was not recorded, and other is the debit which is posted in the credit, so it has a double impact. And another problem is you did not make it to, if this would have been the case, then you can take a very double impact, but you did not put the credit, again you put the credit with the wrong amount. This was your debit, you wrongly put it on the credit side, and in putting, again transposition error, you write it, you post it with 128,142, again you made a mistake here, 28,412, instead you write it 142, it means 412 minus 142, 270, 28,412, just hang on, 28, okay, yes, right, another mistake means you 28,412 minus 28,142, 270, you miss it is not the duplicating, only the double, one side this error, other side this error, right? There is still a difference, right? And what happened? You made this mistake, right? And it means what mistake you made here, debit side you made it short by 28,412, plus you put it on the credit side, it means your debit side again got short, or 28,142, right? So this entries, the total, this was the error. But another error, they have found out, there had also been an addition error, casting error, right? And debit side of the trial balance had been undercast. Okay, so again, what mistake you made? Your debit side, when you were taking your making your balancing and making debit and credit balances of trial balance, so you made the mistake of, you undercasted, so again your debit side was short of, you made short of 450. If you see, the total is how much your debit side is credited, how much mistake you have, 28,412 plus 28,142 plus 450. While you were agreeing your trial balance, so this was the difference, and this difference you put in your suspense account. You created the suspense account here, suspense account, and on debit side you posted, means you wrote, sorry, how much is total? On your debit side of the trial balance, when you were making agreement of both sides, debit and credit sides, so you put this balance, which was total 57,004. So 57,004 you wrote on the debit side, and you agreed both debit and credit, and then made your financial statement and presented to the management. And after that you started digging it out, that what was the reason and what mistakes and error has taken place here. 57,004. So you put it 57,004 in the suspense account. Still is which entry in the suspense account will correct the errors? Which entry? It means there is so actually students, what they mistakenly they say 57,007. The debit side is short, so debit side was short, so they say debit side means they say debit side is short, then they take sometimes this 57,007 they will be putting on the credit side. So they normally they become confused, right? So what is, they say debit side would be, they will debit 57,004, right? 57,004, right? So but he's saying you have made the mistake, which entry in the suspense account will correct this error. So ultimately what you will do, you will credit the correction would be, this will be the correction, you will be making the correction. You will credit your suspense account 57,004 and will put all these figures to the right side. So what you will do, you will credit your 5744 on the credit side, so that the suspense account get resolved. So not debit, not this one, you will credit 5700. So we are done with question number 6. Hope this is clear to you. Move on to question number 7. Question number 7, which statement is correct? Right? So which statement is correct? The balance on the irrecoverable debt account is carried down to the next accounting period. No. Irrecoverable debts are your loss. They charge to P&L. So the no balance is transferred to irrecoverable debts. No balance transferred, right? B. The balance on the irrecoverable debt account is treated as an expense. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It is. The balance on the provision of the doubtful debts account is calculated before the deduction. No, not before the deduction, but after the deduction. After the deduction. First we reduce, we make deduction, then we calculate. So this is also wrong. This is wrong. The balance on the provision of the doubtful debt account is not included in trial balance. Balance on the provision of doubtful debt account is not, no, we do, because we maintain a credit account and then it is reported in your trial balance, right? So this is also, the balance on the provision account is not calculated. No, it is included. So this is also wrong. So on question number 7, our option B is correct. Okay guys, so today we have done question number 5, 6 and 7, and that's for all today. So the rest of the question 8 and remaining questions we will do in our next lecture. If you enjoyed this video, then like it and share it with other, and subscribe our channel. Thank you very much and bye for now.